On this week's episode of Garage Talk, we have a new partnership we're going to talk about, and a lot happened in our racing leagues this week.
We take a look at the Phoenix Doubleheader coming up with IndyCar and NASCAR.
And don't want to be Aston Martin right now. We talk the F1 season and more right now. Welcome to an all-new episode of FR Racing's Garage Talk. I'm DJ Fluck.
I'm Eric Richardson.
Hey, did you know, Eric, that we can help save 5% on the next purchase of sim racing gear? Did you know that?
No, how can we do that?
How can you do that? I'm glad you asked. You can join our new partner, Apex Racing. Go to apexsimracing.com and use promo code FRRacing online at checkout and save 5%. And on top of that, if you're looking to upgrade your equipment from some of the great manufacturers out there like SimMagic, Extreme Sim Racing, Moza, D-Box, Elgato with the Stream Decks, they all sell it. They have bundle package that already give you a discount, and then you can toss our promo code in there and save 5% on top of that. So that's apexsimracing.com, promo code at FR Racing Online.
Check it out.
We started with an ad. At
some point, we got to get together and just film ridiculous commercials a la the Talladega Nights style.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby, you don't chew big red. You.
Maybe we won't go that far, but...
Ni hao. I love that movie. It's so good. Oh, man. So, IndyCar started this weekend. Man, it was kind of an early start for me, and I was kind of lazy. And I watched like 5 minutes of it.
Yeah, I didn't see any of it, but then again, I don't have live TV. And I was also working this weekend, so it would have been hard.
Yeah, that kind of hurts things. But they were actually with Phoenix coming up in the Desert Double or whatever they're calling it, which I will be at both days, by the way. If you see me, look for this hat right here. This is the hat I'll be wearing, so I'll be easy to find with the Stadium Scene TV hat. Come say hi. And I've got more to say about that here in a little bit, but they were talking about it on the local news, and the old TV sports guy who's been there for like 30 years and is like an old football coach. And he's like, the IndyCar series is here with champion Alex Palou.
I don't know who that is.
And I'm like, I'm like, no, absolutely not. No. How dare you,
not
sir?
Say that.
How dare you, football coach, local TV sports anchor?
Yeah, I didn't get to see any of it, but looks like we're picking up right where we left off.
Generational talent. Yeah. Somebody said like, IndyCar is going to be boring if Alex Palou is just going to be dominating the series. And like, I'm sure you're the same guy who didn't say a word about Max Verstappen winning like 19 out of 23 races or whatever it was in 2023. I'm sure that didn't bother you at all.
Yeah, it's fun to see what he's doing. We're joking in our Indy Racing League that we need to get Palou onto the show to be like, how do you use the hybrid?
Because there's varying. It's been an interesting challenge. This what I've been doing, and I'm not sure if how this impacts you long term over the race. But I have my FX, my SimMagic FX Pro, and I have the top two paddle buttons above the shifters on the back that I never used before. And my left one, I now have my, use the hybrid. And then I've actually set the other one to recharge. And so I'm just sitting there, I'm driving and I'm, use it, recharge, discharge, recharge. And I'm like recharging. It's like, okay, I'm settling in. Let's recharge. All right, let's go. Let's make the run. And Homestead was kind of challenging. I don't remember it being that difficult the last time we were there.
Yeah, I think the new tire model has made it just a little bit more slick. Especially if you're by yourself, it is a nice, smooth, easy track. But when you are in the draft, and especially if you're behind two cars, you got to really find a way to manage.
Turn 2, there were a lot of times where had I not been by myself, I would have caused a wreck. There was that kind of that bump coming out of turn 2 where if you didn't go down all the way to the bottom, and if you were exiting right at the exit of turn 2, if you were kind of right in the middle, you'd get a little bit sideways every single time. So it's like I'm just trying not to hit at that exact point.
I think everybody caught that at least once.
Oh yeah, oh for sure. Everybody said at least once.
The second half of the race, I actually was fine. I hit it twice in the first half, though.
And then you accused me of that bonus fuel tank on the first run.
Yeah, somehow getting what 4 more laps than everybody else.
Yeah, I got an extra 3 laps on that opening run because I went to fuel map 3 right away and fell behind. And I'm like, all right, let's see if I can build up a bit of a lead now as I take those extra laps, and it didn't quite work. Fortunately, I had a caution right after, but I did get to lead a lap though. That was fun.
Hey, got a bonus point. And I guess since we're on it, Jacob Barker pulls home the win.
And then second on
First,
Wednesday night.
first one.
Yeah, you. Wednesday was well, you ran 3 laps. I ran 0 laps.
Yeah, that was more of a unfortunate timing type thing. I would probably could have made it, and it actually ran really fast, so it probably would have been fine. But real life sometimes has to come ahead.
Yep.
Luckily, I was able to convince, like, hey, let me at least run 5 laps, and I think I got credited with 4.
Yeah, you got your points.
That way, I could go in, and that's why I'm like, let me at least start the race, run 5 laps, so I can get my points. Not that it's really going to matter with 2 races left, and I'm not close enough to the top 3, but
you got 18 points out.
Still get a good standing.
I got 0, so the Jackson Lambros, I've mentioned it before. He does karting. He's a play-by-play broadcaster for a karting series that broadcasts on YouTube, and the reason he's around a lot during the week is because he'll be around, and then he flies out on like Thursday or Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday night's no big deal, but sometimes depending on the schedule, he has to fly out on Wednesday evening, which was the case this week. It happened, ironically enough, at Phoenix last year. So the last 2 Phoenix races I've been in the booth for.
I tend to miss Phoenix. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's kind of a trend for you, is not showing up to Phoenix.
I think I've run a race there, twice?
Yeah.
And we've been there how many times?
I actually, I had the stats, so I noticed that, and I thought about it. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. This is the track that you never show up to.
Indy I don't miss at Phoenix, but Wednesday Night Dash I tend to not show up for. And as we get a technical timeout here.
A child who should have been in bed 30 minutes ago.
Oh, yeah, that's timeout time.
Side note, poking around, I was actually just pulling up Sim Racer Hub, and there was a race this evening, actually. And I see the 3rd place finisher was C. Gardner. It was a cup race at Watkins Glen, and every single person in that league we know, well, directly or indirectly, there were 6 drivers. It was, of the ones we know, it was Colton, it was Robert Lewis, it was JP Jones, and then the other 3 were Scott Zellner, Adam Bossy, and Dylan Poteet, who were longtime members of the Highline League.
Yep, we know all of those guys.
I'm gonna have to reach out to Colton tomorrow. Like, what is this?
Yeah, what is this league?
What is this? And can we have the broadcasting rights? Yeah, this is these are the The Highline guys. I wonder who. I'm actually messaging him right now.
Nothing like doing things as we record.
I I actually was. No, I actually had a legit reason going into, and it just caught me off guard because it was right there on the top. I'm like, wait, I know all of those guys. All right, stats. Excuse me. Track Phoenix. I wish Jackson would have skipped Mexico City, and I had to.
Yeah,
Do
open road plate. That's the one I would have been okay missing here in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That way I could have run Phoenix. And
Actually, you've been credited with 5 starts at Phoenix.
really,
Colton Gardner has been credited with 7. Brian McKinney also has 5, and then John Miles and Bill Malfield have 3.
out of how many?
7.
7? I thought I missed more than that.
No, I know the one.
One had a kid that night.
Yeah. There were 2 major things that happened that evening that stick in the back of my mind. One is you messaging an hour before that your wife is going into labor and you won't be there.
And like 3 hours before that, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make it tonight.
Yeah, you're like, I'm going to be there. No, I'm not. But the second one is that was also the race where Zach Voles stormed the broadcast. Stormed the broadcast booth after the race and had his meltdown.
Yeah, I wasn't listening at that point, man.
And Kendall Kerr is such a pro. One was completely caught off guard by it, but still was a total pro in handling it.
Yeah.
And that was the last we ever heard from him.
Yeah, it was.
All right. Phoenix weekend this weekend. I mentioned I wanted to say something earlier. So I'm excited, but then I was like, oh man. So Sarah Offenbach, Offie on Track, who was on with us, I guess it'd be a year and a half ago. She hosts these meetups, whether she's hosting them or somebody else is, at IndyCar races. So I'm like, hey, I finally get to go to one because it's Phoenix this weekend, but they're having it on Friday, and I'm not going to be there on Friday, so that was kind of a bummer. But I was talking to her the other day, and I said, hey, my girls, they're 8. They've kind of hit that stereotypical age where, oh, I can't do that. That's a boys thing. And they're getting to the point where they don't want to go see racing because racing's for boys. And I'm like, no, we're going to stop this BS right now. And I told her that. And next thing I know, she's posting messages on her social media and her story about, hey, can someone get in touch with me? We've got 2 girls that, meet somebody else, a woman in this field who, show this isn't just for the boys. And next thing you know, I have people reaching out to me directly that I've never met before, and they're messaging me and like, hey, I want to, do something for your girls. I'm like, whoa, this the outpouring has been absolutely amazing, and I'm really, Sarah, I'm really appreciative of that, and hopefully we get to run into somebody this weekend. I said I kind of hoped last spring when they met Catherine Legg that would kind of be that would kind of do it, but no, we're going through that cycle again. And
it's funny, the racing world is really very small.
It is.
And there's only really, 2-3 degrees of separation between even us and just countless drivers.
Yeah.
And we're little nobodies.
Yeah, right. It's like we know Sarah. Sarah's husband is on the pit crew for one of the Spire cars this year. So it's like, there's 2 degrees of separation between us and Spire Motorsports. Yeah.
And we're 2 degrees to Joseph Newgart and Catherine Legg.
Yeah, or 2 degrees for yes, right. and it's like we have
Which means
one.
we're only 3 degrees from Roger Penske himself.
We're we're 1 degree from one of the stars of an Amazon Prime series, like with Heather Hadley, who raced in the MX5 Cup, and yeah, it is it's a really tight knit community, very small for that matter, but it just just the outpouring and the people who reached out really just completely caught me off guard. I mean, it shouldn't have caught me off guard, but it did, and I'm just really appreciative to the messages I received today that or this week rather, that just little they one of them is, I forget, I'm sorry, I forgot who said this, but they're gonna have a little friend, they make friendship bracelets for these meetups, and they've got two for my kids waiting for them that I need to make sure that I find on Saturday or Sunday. So it's really cool. I'm just
Cool.
blown away.
Yeah, that's awesome. Great to see stuff like that going on, and
I mean, it
hopefully, as
really
we
is.
continue to develop too, we can do stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. I give it back absolutely. But that age, second, third, fourth grade, is statistically when women tend to lose interest in STEM and science, technology, engineering, math, and those interests fade. And they're like, oh, boys become engineers, boys become scientists, and it's a bunch of garbage. So that won't be, that is not the attitude in this house, and I refuse to let I'm like, no.
I think you look at all these teams, and they have multiple women fielded.
I mean, Spire's CFO is a woman. It's um,
I don't remember who it is. At least last year, one of the Indy pit crews, front tire changer,
mm,
I think was female.
yeah. I mean, it's still a
But
small
I
number, but
feel I feel bad I can't place her name right now, but
I know who you're talking about too.
it's it's great to see.
So it's just it's still small. It's improving, and it's unfortunately not just motorsports, but even in the gaming world too. It can be pretty toxic and pretty brutal out there, and um, and that's something that we don't put up with. That's not
No.
happening in any of our leagues. That's we have a
Now,
very
luckily, we haven't really had any
no.
sort of issue like that
I
among
mean,
anything. We
granted,
get the chirping at each other after a tough night at a race, but
granted. I
usually
mean,
that's settled real quick.
we've only in all the races that we've hosted, we've only had a woman participate in a race one time ever. And it was one of the GT events that we hosted, which coming up actually next week, Friday night, Sebring. So, um, go join our Discord. The link should be in this episode. If not, go to frracingonline.com. Friday night, 10:30 p.m. Eastern is the practice. Colton just responded to me. I the 10:30 p.m. 30-minute open qualifying, then a 60-minute sprint at Sebring in preparation for the Sebring 12-hour, yeah. So look
I
forward to
don't
that.
think we're going to have a team fielded in that one.
I don't think so either. It's something
Historically, we haven't run Sebring.
not officially, no. We had a really good battle last year at Sebring. I don't know if you were there for that or not, but
I still don't own the track.
Ian Miller and Fernando Takahashi were in the GTP class, and like the last 10 minutes of the race, it was just bumper to bumper. It was to the point where it's just like we didn't say a word. We just put the camera on the two of them and just watched them
Let
fight.
the action do the
Yeah,
talking.
and I'm just like, wow, this is unreal. And Ian, I remember in the last like lap, cut a corner and had to take a slowdown, and that kind of ended the battle. But I'm just like, man, that 10 minutes right there was some of the most incredible racing I have seen on the platform. I mean, it was aggressive, it was tough, it was back and forth, it was exciting. It was like it's everything you wanted. Netcode didn't ruin anything. It was unbelievable, and I hope to see that again.
Now, speaking of battles, at Homestead here on Tuesday, later in the race, me and Eric Mattingly were going side by side. And I think kind of going back to the hybrid, that's like the best like use of the hybrid that I've seen, using it to deploying it in defense.
Yeah,
Because he had
yeah.
great runs, and I would use the hybrid on the high side, and I felt the boost like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have the run going down into the next turn.
Mm.
Where I think if I didn't have it, he's easy past me, and I'm just falling in line.
I had a couple of moments where you get into that slipstream and you feel like I've got to run here, deploy the hybrid, and it's just cruised right by.
Running solo, I don't feel like it's too much of a difference just in testing. Maybe I'm still learning it,
I mean,
but it's in the defense
I had a decent
that I really
qualifying.
noticed it.
Yeah, I had a decent qualifying run, and what I did was lap one, I saved it, and I just used it to get the tires up to temp, and then after I came out of four, I deployed the hybrid to kind of get me up to full speed as I'm crossing the line to start the second lap and kind of give you that extra little boost to start your second lap. Your tires are warm, and then you went. And I mean, it put me towards the front. I wasn't that far off of pole, so I think I
Yeah,
had
you
the
ended
right
up
idea.
P4, no P3.
I think it was P. Wait, you started on pole?
I
No,
was second.
second. That's right.
I lost out by 3/1000ths.
Yeah, because I was fourth. That's right. Because we were originally 1-3, and then Tyler snuck in and
Yeah,
got you at the last second. So yeah, I ended up at fourth, but I wasn't that far off of you guys.
yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how that develops and everybody picks up on it throughout the course of the season.
And we got bottom split coming up on Monday. It's our only league race of the week. You know, we do have the
Yeah,
GT on
quite
Friday.
week. It's week 13.
Yeah. We get that normally week 13's off, but we got a bottom split in right before the update on Tuesday. St. Petersburg will be released.
Yeah, I've been seeing the request to put St. Pete in lieu of Indy Road Course.
I've had requests for St. Pete for the truck series. I'm like, eh.
Maybe we see how Indy goes.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking I might entertain that one. Go ahead and put St. Pete in, and maybe I can pull Mexico City into season 8.
Yeah.
Since IndyCar seems to listen to what we do and say, so maybe we can help out Pato and get
Who?
it down to Mexico. Yeah, Pato,
I
who?
yeah, actually, you know what? I have some beef with him this week with Mr. O'Ward. Um, he made a comment last week about Phoenix and not wanting to be second fiddle to NASCAR and having to, you know, move stuff around because it's NASCAR's weekend and they're kind of the guests, they're kind of the opening act, so to speak. And he just said he didn't like that, and I don't. My beef is like you got to do things like this. Unfortunately, this is NASCAR's track. This is NASCAR's weekend. You know, they've got the advantage here. They're bringing the crowd. Like Phoenix brings the crowds. The last time that Indy had a weekend to themselves, they did not bring the crowd. They didn't have any promotion, but
I guess I understand it where he's coming from, but yeah, you're right. If it'll be fun to see how this goes and getting actual first-hand account, but I think it's going to help the IndyCar
yeah.
attendance, and you're going to find that you actually get more fans because of it.
And I think you're going to see a boost with the 500 this year because of it.
But I understand it. You don't any series and any drivers. I'm the star of my league. I don't want to just be overshadowed by the Kyle Bushes and Kyle Larsons and Chase Elliott's and Tyler Reddick, who's the storyline going to be going into this weekend.
And then Lane Riggs and the FRM truck wins at St. Petersburg. So you've got FRM and you've got
So you have
2311.
all these people coming in. Wait, this is my weekend, and it comes back. Pato, who?
I mean, let's be honest here. If it wasn't for coming in for this Phoenix weekend, what would you be doing? You'd be in a horribly televised country club race again,
Yeah,
or
you'd be
not
at
racing at
thermal.
all.
Yeah,
Like
you go to a big weekend, maybe get some more fans, more followers. If they're doing
the
the right
race is
things,
almost
getting
sold out. Like I looked at the
yeah,
tickets. There's not many seats left to Saturday, and I mean, NASCAR and Phoenix are like cha-ching because, like, they sell out championship when it was championship weekend. They would sell out Saturday, and Friday would be pretty well attended for the truck and the ARCA race. Well, the ARCA was Saturday morning last time, but um, the spring race, there are a lot of open seats for the Saturday events, and you bring IndyCar in, these seats are going to be largely filled. I mean, when was the last time IndyCar filled a granted they're getting help here, but when was the last time IndyCar, outside of that Iowa festival, filled the grandstands at an oval track that wasn't Indianapolis Motor Speedway?
Indianapolis. That's it. Even Iowa, the second year of the big festival when I went, there's still a lot of open seats.
And they were not filling it at Texas. It's been a while since they've hit many of those mile and a halves out there. The Kansas, the Chicagolands.
I
Um,
think what we'll end up seeing, yes, IndyCar will be maybe kind of overshadowed or on par to like the O'Reilly, but they're going to find the success on the back end of it
yeah, I think it was a
when they
really
start getting better viewership. And that's what'll be very interesting to see is what their viewer numbers go in relation to last year following this weekend.
and Phoenix did a. I wasn't sure about it at the time, but they shrunk the place with the renovation. They took out probably close to 20,000 seats, and the official capacity now at Phoenix Raceway is like 43,000 or something like that. I mean, that's like Wrigley Field numbers, just about.
That's pretty much a baseball stadium,
Yeah, it's
more or less.
that's Wrigley Field numbers right there. Um, but they're selling out. The camp, the camping ticket. Yeah, it's obviously it's not Daytona, but the camping ticket is hot. Like the campground when you go to Phoenix is full. It's just the on track wasn't. Since they've been going to that revised tire model, we've been seeing some better racing. Which I don't even know. What are they doing? Are they doing that alternate tire this weekend?
I actually haven't heard yet.
I don't know. I should know this, but I guess I'll find out Sunday. But everything that the Phoenix Raceway has done, I've said this 100 times, is top notch. From the fan infield, the garage access, the midway area outside the grandstands. Parking is free. They have the trams that bring you up to the gate now. When we went in 2016, we had to walk through that dirt lot and take that big, all the dirt clouds to the face of people driving through as you're walking by.
Yeah,
But
it wasn't the worst of things,
no,
but it was a bit of a walk.
yeah, especially when you're leaving and then you got to walk and then now
It
you're
is still half the distance of what I walk at Indianapolis, so
yeah. Yeah, that's always been a marathon in itself, but the whole experience at Phoenix Raceway is top notch. And it's just like you could get a good product on track. You got Indy coming in. It's like, okay, this could be a really special thing. Don't blow it. Pressure's on.
I really hope this weekend goes well.
I do too.
Originally, I was hoping to be out there, but we'll be following along.
Speaking of going well or not going well, let's take a spin around the globe over to Australia for a moment here. The Formula
Oh,
One
there's
season.
all sorts of news coming out of Formula One.
The Formula One season is kicking off in this weekend, and if you watched FP1 this week,
As of this
ooh,
recording, FP1 has happened.
ooh, uh, Mercedes having power, like the McLaren also on the Mercedes were having power unit issues. But the big news, actually, Red Bull is having a power unit problem. One of their Racing Bulls cars just died when it was going to take the track. They had to go back and drag it back into the garage. Um, but the big news is the, we'll say, futility of Aston Martin.
Ooh, they're gonna be lucky to even end up turning 2 laps at this race. It sounds like.
Did you hear the statement from? Well, they have this vibration issue, and they said it's so bad that if they leave the drivers in the car for an extended period of time, it can cause permanent nerve damage to their hands.
Alonso said that he felt like he could do about 25 laps,
Yeah.
and Stroll was like, I can't do more than 15.
Which is like, when I heard that, I just burst out laughing because I'm like, yeah, that's on brand. You got the old Iron
Yep.
Man Alonso, like, yeah, I could do 25 before my hands are completely permanently damaged, and Lance like, not me. I need to get ready for my tennis career.
It's gonna be fun to kind of hear what this is because Honda's saying like Aston Martin didn't tell them about any issues until way late, and the chassis was getting developed before the engine, and just nothing matches. They're short on horsepower. There's a massive vibration. There's just all sorts of issues going on.
Which is wild too, because and I don't know the exact people working, but it's like Adrian Newey coming from Red Bull worked with Honda for a number of years, and is working with them again now with Aston Martin, and it's like, don't you guys already know each other? Like,
I see they're 1,800 kilometers short on testing, even compared to Cadillac.
I didn't even look at what the times on FP1 were because it was just problem after problem.
FP1 is usually pretty slow.
Yeah, I mean, did anybody get? They had a virtual safety car 4 minutes in. Let's see, FP1. Interesting. The granted, it's FP1. Ferrari sits on top. Leclerc was quite a bit faster than, almost half a second faster than Lewis. Then Max Verstappen, Isaac Hajar. So you got 2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls, and then Lindblad from Racing Bulls is your top 5 in FP1. But
Hmm.
that doesn't really mean anything at this point.
Now, FP2, they'll start to crank it up, and then we'll really see what's going in FP3.
I don't think Lance Stroll did anything more than a slow trip around. Um, it's like 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds. Lance Stroll, 30.067 seconds.
He's got to find a way to beat shit on lap 1.
Alonso's not even out there. Lando was 19th. Alpine and the Cadillacs were in the back. Yeah. So, when's FP2?
So I should know this, and it probably just means he drops to the last spot on the grid. What happens if Valtteri Bottas is only ahead of 3 drivers after qualifying?
Actually, funny you mentioned that. He does not have to serve his penalty.
Ah, interesting.
Apparently, he does not have to serve his penalty because he had been out of the sport for more than a full year.
Because even he was like, yeah, you have a 5 spot.
So the running joke about Jenson Button having, what was it, like a 60 place grid penalty or whatever it was, something absurd that he never served. Yeah, if he were to come back, he doesn't have to serve it now apparently, which I feel like this was just kind of, this rule was made up because he seemed to be caught off guard by it. So was everyone else.
That was the thought. He was going to have a penalty whenever he returned, but no more.
Cadillac.
I'm interested to see how they do.
The Formula One posted there, like, they would reach out to like celebrities and see who's your predictions this year. And of course, one of the people to reach out to is Terry Crews. And Terry Crews is like, "Who do you got?" Terry's like, "Cadillac." I'm like, of course he does.
Other F1 news, Sky Sports announced a change of their lineup. I'm sure Jensen Button will be very thrilled.
But we won't get any more Jensen Button like Jim from The Office face anymore.
Yeah, we don't get any more eye rolls. Or more than we won't.
There was somebody made like a, with those that missed, Danica Patrick will not be part of Sky Sports coverage. Thank God. But then somebody posted a video of like the best of Jensen Button reacting to Danica Patrick's takes, and it's just like Jim from The Office face, eye rolls, him kind of like looking off to the side, or just kind of like trying to like bite his
kind
lip.
of just looked at the camera like. No, we'll see how it goes. They change lineups all the time, so. Anyway. So last big thing that I haven't touched on, we have a three-peat. First time ever.
Three-peat of what?
Winning the first
Reddick.
Races. Tyler Reddick.
Tyler Reddick. Yeah, okay.
I think somebody needs to check his engine.
Yeah, Michael Jordan is loving this.
Laughing at NASCAR right now.
So, somebody posted on Reddit asking, they're like, I know Jordan doesn't do like photos or autographs, but do you think he'll be at Phoenix this weekend? And someone's like, just don't even bother. He has such a large security entourage. You're not going to get anywhere near him.
You're not going to see him unless you're like 500 feet away.
I mean, you could pick him, if you're in the stands and he's in the pits, you're going to be able to pick him out.
Yeah, you're going to see him.
Yeah, outside of Carson Hocevar and Austin Cindric, there's nobody else who's going to be that tall walking around pit road.
Yeah, if you see somebody towering over Tyler Reddick, it's probably Jordan.
Yeah.
Because when you have like 5'4" and 6'6", I'm actually not even sure how tall Tyler Reddick is, but there's a difference in height.
And there's several. It's not just Tyler Reddick. I mean, you look at Tyler Reddick. Justin Haley was another one who.
There's a lot of drivers that when I've seen how tall they are, I'm really surprised. Like, I didn't think that would be that.
Kyle Larson is pretty short. Ty Gibbs is pretty short, and then you see Austin Cindric and Carson Hocevar come walking out. Carson Hocevar.
Look at Daytona. It was Cindric and Dinger. It's like, whoa.
And it was funny when Cindric came through the autograph line for my kids, and he had to like get down on his knees and like bend over just to be an eye.
What is he? He's like 6'2", 6'3", isn't he?
I think he might be taller than that. Austin Cindric is credited at 6'3", 170.
Yeah, Tyler Reddick wins COTA, goes 3 in a row.
Carson Hocevar is credited at 6'4".
And surprisingly, he drove away from SVG.
I searched how tall is Carson Hocevar, and the first picture that comes back is Carson Hocevar standing next to Justin Haley, and Hocevar is going like this and resting his arm on Haley's head.
That's funny.
Yeah, Justin Haley is 5'2", by the way. Speaking of, Ty Gibbs is 5'7". I could have sworn he was shorter than that, but
he just hasn't grown yet because he still looks 12. But just on looks, I think Christopher Bell look like they shouldn't even have a driver's license yet.
Yeah, Christopher Bell has the baby face look too. I mean, Tyler Reddick one day went from the baby face to having a full beard out of nowhere.
Yeah, the full beard, mullet.
I still remember last year when Ty Gibbs walked by, and my wife turns to me and she's like, he's a driver. He looks like he's 12. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's like 22, but yeah, not too far off.
It's really funny. I was reading an article before Daytona 500 about
Ty Gibbs is credited at 114 pounds.
these
It's like my left leg.
that Tyler Reddick was in like a make it or break it season that he had to turn from results, and it's like, yeah, he's doing that. Granted,
Yeah,
3 races in, long way to go.
yeah, it's early.
At least
Eh,
he's shown he can win. Out of what, 11 wins, it's on 10 different tracks.
here's another interesting storyline for this weekend: is Alex Bowman will be sitting out. He was diagnosed with vertigo. He left the race early, and Myatt Snyder had to. He was basically working in the pit box for one of the Hendrick cars, and they basically said, "Go get your fire suit on and grab your helmet. You're driving the last like 15
Well,
laps of this
about,
race or
yeah,
whatever."
15, 20 laps.
And after the race was over, they a couple of the reporters tried to chase him down, and Hendrick wouldn't let him talk. And it's just like, why? Like this is a great story. Like, but I mean that's I guess a Hendrick policy, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Like, I,
Maybe not wanting the driver to like pass along any like medical information
no,
or
but like you're asking, hey, like, what was it like to go from not expecting to be in a car, having no practice, to jumping in mid race, by the way, and having to
yeah.
run the last stage? You know, that. And my kids met Myatt Snyder a couple years ago. He was in the kids area doing an autograph session. He was really cool to the kids too. I mean, they've all are, but yeah, he's another one
Everything
that
you said sounds like most of the drivers are pretty cool.
every single driver we've come across has been really cool to the kids. And like even Denny Hamlin, I've said before, you have opinion how you want of Denny Hamlin, the driver, Denny Hamlin, the person or whatever, but he was again cool to the kids. I mean, Austin
So
Hill
funny.
was cool to my kids.
Denny Hamlin, the driver, can't stand him. Denny Hamlin mixing up there. Denny Hamlin, the owner, and talking
Podcaster.
on the podcast, like, man, stop it. I agree with you. I
Yeah.
don't want to like you.
You know what the funny thing about Austin Hill is there's actually a second Austin Hill who runs part time in the O'Reilly series. It's Austin J. Hill. And I'm just wondering if people are booing him thinking he's the other Austin Hill. Or if they're just booing him because he has the same name.
It's too bad one of them doesn't just go by Hank. Get Cletus out there and
well,
get Hank Hill.
well, I mean, people will make memes of Austin Hill and have like they'll take his fire suit and they'll Photoshop Bobby Hill into the fire suit, and he's like, he kind of does look like Bobby Hill.
I can see it.
Oh, he's like, damn it, Bobby.
Yeah, one of the first times we get to say they're heading off to Phoenix as well.
Yes, indeed. I
What's it been? 3, 4 years since they've had a doubleheader weekend like this? They did it Indy Road Course a few years
oh,
ago.
that's right. You're right. I forgot about that.
But I feel like that wasn't hyped up nearly as much as what this
No,
is.
no. Was that the year the Indy Road Course where that curb fell apart and everybody was wrecking, or was that a different year?
It could have been that year.
Do you remember that where it's like, oh,
Yeah.
there goes Joey Logano. Oh,
Yeah, that messed up some cars.
there goes William Byron. All of a sudden you just
That
see these
might have been
cars
that
just
year.
yeah, that was wild.
This is what the inside curve going on to that backstretch
Hmm.
that got shredded, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
The
Yeah.
random stupidness that you remember. Like,
The,
why do we remember this?
why do we remember Danica Patrick going and getting ready to punch the lights out of Ryan Briscoe in 2008?
That was just epic and iconic. That's why.
That video is still on YouTube that somebody took.
The reaction of the crowd too when they put the camera and it's showing up on the big screens of what's happening.
Oh, That was nuts. Like we were like, we had pounded a case of Bud Light that day. 22, 23 years old, 23 years old. We're like, yeah, do it, kick his ass.
They should have let her go down to him.
At least get in his face. It's just, I felt cheated by. I don't know how close do you think she got? 2 pit boxes, 3 pit boxes.
Oh no, she's still like 8 pit boxes away at least, I think. Because he was all the way down at the very end.
Yeah, I mean it was quite a hike.
Yeah, she had a ways to go. She wasn't going to be there in like 10 seconds.
Was it? I don't know. My memories. I have to go back and watch it now because my memory's been all jarred from the how long ago that was. But fun fact: this will be my first IndyCar race since that 500.
That's wild.
I haven't been to an IndyCar race since 2008.
Because I've been to like 8 or 9 of them since then.
Yeah, right. But it's like
I think 8, 5 at the 500, 2 for the Indy Road Course in Iowa.
I mean, actually after that, the next race I went to was that 2016 Phoenix race we went to. And then after that, my kids were born. I didn't go. So let's see. Yeah, so this will be my kids' 9th and 10th race at 8 years old. Coming up this weekend. It's always
quite a few races since that 2008 one.
It's funny though because I've been 2 races a year since spring 2022, and it was just funny. We were in the tram getting shuttled to the gates, and this lady turns to us like, "Oh, is this your kid's first race?" I'm like, "This is like the 8th race. What are we talking about, lady?" And she's like, 8.
Even my youngest, I've had him to the Indy Road Course practice session, so he's gotten to see cars up close.
I mean, that's how you do it with the really young ones. I mean, my kids were.
We only stayed a little bit into it. His favorite thing was seeing Firestone Firehawk that day.
My kids had just turned 4 when they went to their first race. It was a Xfinity Series race at Phoenix in 2022.
It's fun. Whenever I watch an IndyCar race on TV, he always looks for the Firehawk. Then he gets excited when they show him.
Maybe I'll see the Firehawk this weekend.
If you do, take a picture and I'll show it to my little guy, and I'm sure he's going to be excited.
Maybe I'll get a video clip in that we can try to top your Daytona. I don't think I will, but we will try.
This best part of that double. Is you had no idea I was going, and I'm like, hey, so this happened.
I'm like, post it, get it on, go, post.
There was no internet, so it took forever to finally get it put up.
Yeah, you and 80,000 other people trying to post the same video.
So funny, it's like, it's so crowded here. There's 100,000 people here. Only 100? That's nothing. Indy commonly says, well, they don't say anything, but assumed 350, 400,000 range.
You have to assume something to that extent. Yeah, your video kind of plateaued at 24,607 views.
That's our second or third best video. We had an Indy crash that topped 30,000.
Yeah, that was on Instagram though, but that was by far our best video ever on YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube #1 by far.
Not even close.
I feel like that's our second or third best ever on any platform.
Yeah. Yeah,
thank you everybody who's watched that.
The video clip of me dumping beer all over my head got 1,500 views, so hey, there you go.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to dump some beer on my head when I finally get back in the victory circle. It's been a while.
Gotta snap that streak. Well, you got a chance Monday night at Bottom Split.
Yeah, Vegas. I like that track. I usually run pretty well there, as long as I don't get wrecked.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hot one. It's a daytime race. The track temp's gonna be in the hundreds.
Yeah, I was out testing last night actually, and I feel like I was running some pretty solid laps, and it felt good. If I can just keep it clean, get some space, and I can move during the later portion of the race.
You're gonna have to save. If you don't, it's those last 10 laps are gonna get pretty sketchy.
Yeah, what was it? It was what our first race bottom slid. I had that right front tire down to 27%. I didn't even know. This is Garrett who actually sent me the stats on the tire. I'm like, yeah, I would not have guessed that it was that low because I still felt strong and solid. It was not sliding on me one bit.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. Be nice to get back out in the ARCA cars.
It's been a while. Been a couple of weeks. Talladega. I did some work in Lime Rock Park last week in preparation for that. Like I said, if I can get 1 and 2 down, I'm gonna be that first turn. That first turn on the green flag lap almost makes you want to start in the back. But it's like if somebody gets through there clean, they're gonna be gone probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a wild one when we get to Lime Rock.
But I'm looking forward to it. That's all. You realize that Lime Rock in the classic configuration, there's only one left turn.
Yeah, everything else is right hand.
Yeah, everything else is a right-hander. And those ARCA cars do not like to turn right.
No. I've felt pretty stable so far at Lime Rock, but I do need to turn some more laps.
I need to go get some more laps in at Mexico City. Ugh.
I need to buy the track.
Yeah, you got to do that too. That's coming up here.
I think once I get the track, I'm probably actually going to take out an IndyCar or a Formula One car. I think I have the W12. I might take it out in one of those first. And
I don't know if there was a fixed set for Indy at Mexico City. Or no, it was Miami. It was Miami that didn't have an IndyCar fixed set.
If we get Miami, that's another one I might look at adding in the IRWS.
I mean, we'd have to get an open setup from somewhere. They did. I was looking. I'm like, what can I test with this? I ended up having to take an F4 out there to test it, but let's see. I mean, we got the new season coming up next week, so maybe we'll get lucky. But as of now, let's set up a hosted session real quick, and then we'll wrap this show.
We add Mexico City or Miami to our Indy schedule, and then we find that it's coming up again next year or two. I'm going to say that they are watching and listening to us, and please hire us.
I don't need a job. I mean, I don't want to work for somebody there. That I've said it.
What if they paid us to be consultants?
Okay. I can be a consultant.
I can do that.
I could be a consultant.
Oh, actually, Monday, we are going to see the track layout for the Freedom 250.
Oh, really?
I did see that.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it was Monday.
I was reading an article about that. It will not be going around the Capitol because if it went around the Capitol property, it would fall into the jurisdiction of the Capitol Police, and that would have to go through Congress and get separate approval, which that would probably never happen.
That would not happen.
It's never going to happen. So for them to be able to rush this out and make it work like they did, they're going to have to avoid the Capitol building and keep it in D.C., away from the Capitol Police jurisdiction.
If they have it running past anything at the National Mall,
there is a Mexico City fix setup now. Maybe that
it could make for some iconic photos. I do hope the race runs smoothly.
My concern there is the security, the logistics, the time of year, the temperature, and the quality of the roads. There's not a lot of time to address all those things.
If you're going and you're on the East Coast and you've never been to a race before, our recommendation, go early. Worst case, you can check out the vendors, and I'm sure they'll have trackside shops set up. Plenty of time to find your seats. Best to get there before and not hurrying to get in and get there during lap 20.
I'm looking at the fixed setups here. Le Mans is on there. Should you imagine finishing the IRWS season with Le Mans?
Well, here in 3 weeks, we're taking it to Spa.
Yeah, I mean
it's gonna be fun to see how people decide to tackle a Rouge.
Yeah,
And usually we don't get extra drivers coming out to road courses, but we do this time. There's several that want to come race Spa.
It's a special track. I mean, that's what there is. All right. We're getting late here, so we're going to go ahead and wrap things up tonight. So, again, ApexSimRacing.com, promo code FRRacing online, save you 5% on your order, on your sim racing gear from all the best vendors. We're excited to work with them and promote their material. And
I'll do the shameless plug on here. If you need to stay away, check out Fixed Coffee Brand. Use code Eric Richardson on checkout. Save yourself 15%.
I mean, I got a beer and a drink from Whataburger. I mean, that's all I need. No, actually, the coffee is really good, by the way. I have a bag of it.
We ended up the same one on the Midway. I really enjoyed that.
It is a good coffee.
There's several others that when I need it, I'm going to be checking out. There's a dark roast I really want to get next.
I'm always been a medium roast person. It's just right in the middle.
Just like my beers, darker the better.
I mean, I'll go for the Guinness, but look at me. I'm drinking a Michelob Ultra right now.
Yeah, I don't drink beer anymore. It gives me headaches. So I stick with whiskey and bourbon.
It's like there was that 2.5 Men episode where Charlie Sheen said he was going to give up drinking, and the next day he's sitting there drinking a 6-pack of beer, and they said, "I thought you were giving up drinking." He goes, "I did."
Hey, we got some non-alcoholic beer though.
We do. All right, we'll save that one for next time because I need to actually get a case of that.
Yeah, I need to try it. And they involve in racing already too, so
they
it's
are.
kind of cool.
Well, okay, we'll hype them up. Momentum Brewery, out of Brooklyn, New York. They actually do IMSA sponsorship. Actually, right on their front page. I can't even read the name. But they have a beer called Podium Pills, which I'll be getting in partnership with PT Autosport North American's Porsche Carrera Cup Series, Momentum Brewery is proud to launch Podium Pills. So that's cool. Maybe we can get them to make a beer for us someday. Or not.
That'd be awesome. Garage Milk.
I was about to say, there's already garage beer. I mean, we'd have to might go with like Idiot Brew or something, something like that.
The idiots.
Idiot Brew put our comic photos on the side of the can.
Oh man, that would be so epic.
You know what? I've been driving the.
I wonder if we can convince them to do a small batch and do it.
I've been doing the. I kept the Garage Talk car because I like it. I just like how it turned out, so I've stayed with it. There's been an increase in the number of people who are ramming my photo on the back of it.
I can't imagine why.
I think they're trying to tell me something here.
I claim full responsibility for it too. Because I'm the one who made those.
You spent like 3 months trying to fix those up. And then you sent them to me the one day and I just burst out laughing. I'm like, all right, that's perfect.
When some of those popped through, I just started laughing.
All right. So Momentum Brewery, check them out. Good.
And if you haven't seen the back end of DJ's car, check it out.
It's posted on Instagram. You can go back and find it. Momentum Brewery. Get yourself I'll get a case of that. We'll check it out and try it on the show. And again, if you're in Phoenix this weekend, look for the hat. You will have found me. So again, thanks for watching and listening as you do every week. and we'll see you Monday night for Bottom Split.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you Monday. Take care.